Hey everybody, Meteorologist Mike Slifer here in the Early Warning Weather Center. Wanted to bring you some updates on what we're tracking with the latest on Nicole and how that could impact us here in Connecticut at the end of the week. So first and foremost, let's chat about what Nicole's doing right now. Still a tropical storm as of 1 o'clock on Wednesday. Winds 70 miles per hour sustained, so 4 more miles an hour until we get to Category 1 hurricane status. The big story for us locally, though, is going to be how Nicole's remnants move up the East Coast, and that could bring some potentially heavy rain, as well as the potential for strong wind gusts to Connecticut. We've issued an early warning weather alert for late Friday into Saturday morning. About 1 to 2 inches of rain widespread, with some locally higher amounts expected. Wind gusts approach or maybe even exceed 50 miles an hour, which could lead to some isolated power outages. So there's Nicole near Florida. High pressure in control for us for the rest of the day, but that starts to shift east tonight. And as such, the approaching cold front from the west on Thursday, tomorrow, will help to bring Nicole's remnant moisture right into Connecticut. We're expecting showers to start up sometime Friday, with the worst of it expected overnight Friday into Saturday. That's also most likely when we will see the strongest wind gusts, maybe even a couple of strong thunderstorms in the mix. So there's a little bit of uncertainty here, although we are becoming a little more confident in a more west track, which would mean less rain for us, but it does mean more wind. So while flooding is still a possibility, we start to shift our thinking to be for wind, maybe some stronger thunderstorms, and the potential for some power outages. But there's still a chance that this actually trends a little bit more east, and if it does, we'd be on the rainier side of the storm, so a little less wind, but the focus would certainly be more related to the potential for flooding. Here's Futurecast. This is the American model, the GFS, showing wind gusts strengthening throughout the day on Friday, peaking overnight Friday into Saturday. By Friday night, we've got gusts between 35 to 40 or so miles per hour, and then by Saturday morning, some strong gusts through, possibly approaching 40 or even 45 to 50 miles an hour away from the coastline. And at the shore, I think we think that we could see the potential for gusts to approach or even exceed 50 miles an hour. So certainly some stronger gusts in the mix here. The big question, of course, is how is this track going to impact the rain? Well, the American model, the GFS, shows rain the heaviest off to our north and west, which would make sense given the westward trend on that particular model. But the European model still shows the bullseye for the heaviest rain over Connecticut. So we are still trying to figure out exactly where the storm's going to track. So over the next couple of days, there will probably be some shifts in where the bullseye for the heaviest rain is. But either way, we are expecting a widespread 1 to 2 plus inches of rain. Of course, calm out there today, really not much else to talk about as far as today goes. Quiet conditions, bright blue skies, and sunshine. Live look at Windsor Locks quickly, a live look at Old Saybrook too, showing just how nice out things are. So soak up the sun. This is a great time to start prepping for heavy rain too. If you have storm drains nearby, make sure they're clear of leaf debris. As that high pressure shifts east by late Thursday night into early Friday morning, that will help to reinforce wind out of the south and southwest, so that pulls in a lot of the remnant moisture from this storm. And then if we go all the way to about 7 o'clock Friday, clouds will be thickening up. Some showers may have already moved through, with some of the heavier showers knocking on our door. So we are expecting, again, the worst of this to be sort of overnight Friday into Saturday, and behind the storm system, things are trending cooler. Look at this. For high temperatures next Monday, only in the 40s. So definitely some cold air behind this one. Today, back into the 50s. Tonight, pretty typical for this time of year, expecting temperatures in the 30s, maybe slightly above normal, but in general, not nearly as warm as we were earlier this week. But here's the 7-day forecast just for a quick glance at that. Again, our early warning weather alert is for Friday into Saturday for the potential of heavy rain, 1 to 2 inches widespread, some locally higher amounts certainly possible. Wind gusts approaching or exceeding 50 miles an hour, especially closer to the shoreline. And we think that does wrap up fairly quickly on Saturday, so maybe some sun breaking through for Saturday afternoon and evening. By Sunday, we are trending cooler with temperatures back into the 40s for next week, even with the sunshine. It does look bright, but certainly chilly. Good afternoon, Diane. Tracy is stuck in Disney. Good spot to be, I guess, if you're going to be stuck somewhere, right? You're welcome, Rose. And we've got a question about snow. No snow in the forecast anytime soon. We don't tend to see our first bit of snow for quite some time, so we will keep our eyes out to see if anything trends snowier in the long range. But for now, not forecasting any snow. The big story here is really going to be what happens Friday into Saturday and how that all wraps up. Even on the backside of that storm system, things will probably be fairly blustery Saturday into Sunday, expecting breezy conditions to last through the day on Sunday too, giving the air a bit of a bite to it, with temperatures mostly running in the 40s. So thanks everybody who tuned in for this Facebook Live. Of course, we will have team coverage coming up on this. Mark and I will be in this evening. Scott will be back in tomorrow morning. And then as we get closer to the storm, of course, it's an evolving plan, but we'll see exactly how we are going to divvy up the work. And of course, some of that depends on the timing too, which depends on the track. So still some things to figure out with this one, but we are thinking that it is going to be impactful either way. Great way to stay up to date with the latest is to download the Channel 3 weather app. It's free, and it'll give you updates from the storms based off your location. You can use the radar in it to actually track these showers as they start to build in. So again, thanks everybody for watching, and we will see you with some updates later this afternoon.